Hi everybody, it's Alicia PLOSZ, MRS.GLOBE. I am the reigning international Curve queen. Welcome to Body Confidence, where we learn to embrace thy beautiful selves, whatever that looks like. How's everybody doing today? I am so excited to have you tuning in with me. I have a beautiful, fantastic guest I'm excited to introduce. We're just going to talk a little bit before I introduce her. I'm really excited today. It's Wednesday, which I love the middle of the week. Wednesday is one of my personal favorite days. And now extra special because I get to spend my morning with you guys. So I would love for you to just drop and let me know where you are tuning in from. So I personally am from Canada, so I'm tuning in on Mountain Time today. And then my guest, my beautiful guest, is from Lithuania. So she is going to be tuning in on a totally different time zone and a different time of the day. So I'm really excited to figure out where everybody's from and what time you're at. For me, it's morning. For her, it's going to be evening. That's exciting. So my guest today is GRETTE BROKIENNA. I'm going to say that wrong. I tried to say it right. She's beautiful, Mrs. Lithuania Globe 2019. So I had the privilege and the pleasure to meet her when I was in China as a judge this past year. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and she puts me in the mind of Grace Kelly. She's got a very regal, classically stunning aura about her. Just so kind, and I was really excited when she was able to come on and be part of our show today. So if you have any questions for GRETTE as we go along, or for myself, please post them below and I will try to read them as we go. I'm learning. It's new for me to follow the feed and follow the conversation, but it's really exciting. I think that when everybody interacts and we can communicate together, it's really exciting. So I'm going to introduce you GRETTE right away. Hopefully she'll come on. She is on holiday at the Baltic Sea with her family, so I'm hoping that the connection will be great. Hey, there you are.
Hi.
Hello, my beautiful friend. How are you today?
All good. It's now like almost late evening here in Lithuania. What about you?
Yeah, it's morning here. So for me, I'm on Mountain Time, so it's 10 a.m. for me right now, which is my favorite time of the day, the morning.
Good to hear.
Good. So how are you?
Well, a bit tired after today's shooting because we had like a video shooting with the two babies, you know, with my daughter and with the infant who is only like 1 month old now, the MRS.GLOBE baby.
Yes.
But so far so good. They used to do this from the very beginning, so it's okay.
And you're on holiday right now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And how's that going?
All good?
Good. Perfect. Okay, so I am really excited that you are here and with me today. I'm going to start with, so you are Mrs. Lithuania 2019.
Yes.
And prior to that, have you ever done any pageants?
No, never before. Like MRS.GLOBE, it was my very first experience and I was totally fresh there. So it was my first time. No beauty pageants before.
No, that's exciting. I'm glad I got to witness you on your first pageant. You did wonderful. So I have a question. You were building yourself up mentally and physically and getting ready to compete for your pageant. You were at the peak of your performance 2 months before it started and you became pregnant, right? That's exciting. Well, you're a woman. These things happen and babies are beautiful and I'm excited. And like you said, the MRS.GLOBE baby, because that baby was in your belly on stage strutting your stuff. So that's really exciting. So I have a question. When you found out you were pregnant, how was that on you mentally and physically while you were training and getting ready to compete?
Well, to be honest, we were shocked, totally shocked, because my daughter was only 1 year old and I was still breastfeeding her. And it was a big surprise when we found out that I'm pregnant again. And the second pregnancy was a bit different than the first one because I had this morning sicknesses and headache and I was tired and it was hard in the very beginning, but I never changed my mind because of competing in the beauty pageant.
Right. That was one of my questions is what did you have a thought process where maybe I shouldn't compete, maybe I should postpone for a year and wait till after the baby? Was that something that never crossed your mind?
Of course, it did. It crossed my mind, but you know, my mother, she used to be a midwife for many years, and she was next to me, and she told me, "It's up to you, however you are feeling, good or bad." And it was only the very beginning of the pregnancy because I found out very early. It was like 5 or 6 weeks, and I still had 2 months till our trip to China, and I decided just to go with the flow, you know, look after myself, and I was feeling really energized and motivated after these 2 months. Let's say after the first trimester, and that was perfect.
Yeah. So did that change becoming pregnant? So did it change your diet or your exercise or how you were preparing yourself for competition?
Well, of course, it made changes, but let's say I still kept my nutrition as it was because in the first trimester especially you don't need any changes. If you're feeling good and you don't have this toxicose very big or very hard for you, as I mentioned, I was going with the flow, and of course I had to quit all the procedures like LPG and everything, sunbathing maybe, but so far as I remember, of course, it was not so easy. You know, I was feeling a bit tired these first months, the morning sicknesses, as I mentioned, but I didn't change a lot things.
That's good. You didn't have to. And you were already fairly fit and in a good physical place, even though you had a 1 year old and now you became pregnant. Like that's amazing. And I was a judge, right? So I saw you on stage and you were wearing your bathing suit and your ball gown. And I personally didn't have no idea that you were pregnant. You looked amazing. And you can see the pictures on her social media of her in her white bathing suit, not a baby bump to be seen. And then
That
after,
was the most hardest part for me, the most scary thing, this white swimsuit show, because I was totally like self-confidence. I trusted myself. I knew that I didn't gain any weight, and I still looked almost the same as not pregnant. But this part with the white swimming suit, while we had to dance, it was, oh my God, I was really nervous before because you cannot put anything under it.
right, nothing to hold everything in, but you didn't need to. You looked beautiful and confident. And
Oh, thank you so much.
so when you were in China, because you traveled internationally while you were pregnant, and you were on a different time zone, different foods, different experiences while you were pregnant. So it's already a little bit of a transition, of a change up mentally and physically. Did you feel when you were there competing with the other women that being pregnant changed that at all for you? Like, was it harder for you, do you feel?
No,
Or were you just,
totally no.
it's just part of who
I
you
don't.
are?
It was maybe because of the adrenaline or something. I was resting from my family, let's say. Let's be honest, like I had the first mommy vacation without my daughter and without my husband. I was spending time around with the most beautiful women from all around the world, and I used to travel a lot, so it was nothing like difficult for me. And you know, I was dancing like for 12 years, the sport dances. So all
Okay.
the high heels and dresses was not scaring me. I used to do it, so no, it was amazing.
Oh, that's great. I love that. I didn't know that you did dancing. I love that.
Yeah,
So
it was quite easy.
yeah. So as women, we wear many hats, and in this case, we
Sorry.
wear crowns. Oh, hi, cutie. So did you find having a toddler, becoming pregnant, and being competing and getting ready for an international beauty pageant, was that as a woman overwhelming for you to add that thing, another thing into your already busy time? You were on maternity leave when you decided to do Mrs. Globe, and then adding a Mrs. Globe pageant in. How are you feeling to manage it all, if that makes sense to you?
Uh, I hope I understood correctly your question. So in Lithuania, we have 2 years for maternity leave. It's a very long time. And when Layla was 1 year old, I decided to apply for Mrs. Globe because I needed some more challenges. Because I
Yeah.
was not going to the work, I was only studying, going deeper into my hobby like nutrition and healthy lifestyle, and yeah, sorry. And I needed some challenges, and after like 2 months after I sent application to Dr. Tracy, as I said, I found out that I'm pregnant, and I knew that some another challenges are coming, and I have to find out how to keep myself interesting for me, and
Yeah.
excuse me,
Okay.
and how not to close myself at home, you know. And I knew that with the second baby, another 2 years of maternity leave are coming. So it means like 4 years in a row doing nothing except motherhood. So no, this is not for me.
Right. And it's
Yeah.
good to have, I feel as women, I'm a mother, I'm a woman, I'm a wife, and I feel that having a goal that's strictly just for you, a goal that mentally and physically challenges you is important. It's good to have something that is not based on your career, it is based solely on who you are.
Yes.
And so I think during on maternity leave, for me, if you rewind many years, my children are older, but when I was in my early 20s, by the time I was 23, I was married and had 2 kids. So I wish I would have found Mrs. Globe, maybe rewind 15 years, to have a goal mentally, physically, to get me motivated more to focus on myself. And I feel like it's awesome that you found it when you did. So because you were going through this transition, pregnant, Mrs. Globe, pregnant again, and you were really focusing on your diet and your exercise and your nutrition, during this time you also started a business, a
Yes.
brand new venture.
Yes, so thanks to Mrs. Globe, especially thanks to Dr. Tracy. Because of the title, I became, let's say, more popular in my country, and all the media and press, they paid more attention. That's why I decided to open my own nutrition studio and started dietology studies in upcoming autumn. It really, how to say, Mrs. Globe made a big, you see what she's doing?
Yeah.
Mrs. Globe really did a huge impact to trust myself more, to love to be more self-confident, to love myself more. And I just know that if I am happy, if I am busy, my children, my family also will be happy.
Right.
So like everything is possible when you really want. I did open my studio like 2 months before I gave birth to Alexandra, to the second baby, to Mrs. Globe baby, and I'm really doing good. I mean,
You had a photo shoot today. This morning, you had a photo shoot for your advertising,
we
right?
have a video shooting, yeah.
Video shooting. And that's amazing. So all of this, just through the thought process and your growth process during the Mrs. Globe, you found something for you that you could do while you're on maternity leave and also turn into a career. And I think that is amazing and very inspirational. You never know what's going to come. Like, everything happens for a reason. And sometimes when you're going through the path of life, you find something that you weren't expecting to find, and it's amazing. And I love that out of this, you got a brand new career, and so it changes where you're going to go in the future. And you're still Mrs. Lithuania Globe. You still are the title holder as of right now.
Yes.
And so what do you have on the go for the next little while as the title holder? Is there anything that you are planning? I know you were planning with Tatiana to do a little bit more, but then COVID happened. But what do you feel other women from Lithuania would gain from you for to be able to become Mrs. Globe?
Good question. Well, at the very first, we need to wake up, let's say, the tradition in Lithuania to do the national pageants, national contest again. this event, it's a big inspiration, I believe, for all the women around, for all the ladies. And I think that Tatiana, who owned the Mrs. Globe and who made a big job after this, she opened her own dress studio, and me, of course, we are good examples for all the women, what you can do after with all this thing.
Right.
So,
You gain the confidence you gain from doing a pageant. It's not necessarily that everyone gets a crown or everybody makes the best friends, but I feel like personally, I can speak from my experiences. When I did my first pageant, I wasn't sure what was going to come out of it, but the confidence, the personal growth, and the community definitely strengthened who I am as a woman, and it made me find like-minded people. It leveled me up and brought me to women that were on a level that I wanted to be on. And it's really, I think it's amazing how we get to represent your country. So you got to represent Lithuania at an international beauty pageant. And I feel every country should have representation. And I feel that you did your country very proud. You and Tatiana before you.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. I really hope
No,
that someone will continue this. But as I said, we have to make a tradition, because it's totally not popular in Lithuania, but it's a huge honor to stand on that stage, on that international stage, in front of the million people watching you. I mean, during the television and etc. And wearing a crown, it's not only like wearing a piece of jewel, it's a huge responsibility. You have to understand this at the very first. And
it is.
Mrs. Globe, how to say, there are a lot of stereotypes in the public that it's only a beauty pageant, but it's so much more than this. And I think that we have to tell the story. We have to communicate here in Lithuania more about the beauty pageants, and everything will be okay. That's the Mrs. Globe baby.
Yeah. I know, I love that you say that, because he was on stage with you during Mrs. Globe. So I love that he is your Mrs. Globe baby.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what I found interesting when I was looking up different things on pageant, and that when you became pregnant, you were able to still come and represent your country, and compete, and that was amazing. And I didn't realize that in other Miss pageant systems, which are still women, 18 to 25, as a title holder in your contract, you actually get stripped of your pageant title and can't become married or pregnant during your reign. So I feel like for me personally, I was married, had both my babies before I was 23. So I feel that as women competing in Mrs. Globe, because we're Mrs., so married and babies, but we start at age 23 to 44, we're women. You might become pregnant. You might fall in love and want to get married. And the Mrs. Globe organization embraces that and encourages you to be who you are. And I feel that you were a perfect example of that. You're married, you had a baby, and then you became pregnant during the competition, and you still were able to maintain your title, represent your country on stage, and look absolutely stunning the whole time.
Thank you so much.
Do you feel that you weren't able to compete when you let Tatiana know that you were pregnant and you were going to compete? Was there ever a time where she's like, no, you can still do this, right?
Yeah, I cannot hear you properly.
Oh, sorry. Tatiana, and she was your director, and she encouraged you to still compete even though you were pregnant. Did you ever feel that you couldn't?
Of course, I had some ideas, but I was brave enough to do it.
Yes, and you did it really well. So in your nutrition, your new company that you are forming, your nutrition and diet, what is your message on body confidence? And from you as a Mrs. Globe representative title holder, what would you give one piece of wisdom or advice on loving your body that you can share with the people that are watching right now?
Well, let's say that from the very beginning, from the very first, we have to trust in ourselves, and we have to love our body as it is. But there is no magic, there is no big secret or something. If you want to if you want other people to love you, at first you have to love yourself, and this is the only way for the others to love you. So just love yourself, just trust yourself, and yeah.
I agree 100%. I feel that it all starts with who you are and how you accept who you are, and then you go forward. So my takeaway that you're sharing is that as women, you can wear many hats. You can be a business owner, you can wear a crown, you can be a mom, and you showed that beautifully. Like 100% represented women right across the board, and I think you did so well.
Just from you.
No, I loved it. And like I said, I was a judge at the pageant that you were in, and I had not a clue. You were professional, you were confident, you like just showcased such a radiance. Never did I know you were pregnant, when you would probably have reason to be complaining or upset about the food or...
No, that's crazy. No.
You know,
what's the point?
Out of everybody, you probably had reason, and never once did you complain. You just represented so beautifully. And when I found out you're pregnant, I'm like, okay, wait, what? I had no idea. Like, you looked so great. And I'm really excited that you were able to share your Miss Globe baby with us and be part of it. Because if you wouldn't have competed this year, I never would have met you. And we wouldn't have had the beautiful story of your triumph. And for women everywhere, you can do it all. There's no reason that you can't do it all. You don't have to put things on the back burner because you're a mom. You still need to be you, no matter where you are in your life, right?
Just 1 second.
So I personally feel that you need to start your day positive and have positive thinking, and every day you have an opportunity to become a healthier, happy version of ourselves. So what is fantastic about Mrs. Globe? Right now on Mondays, we have Dr. Tracy Campbell for a half hour of personal power. She's a self-love recovery coach and the owner of Mrs. Globe. So you can tune in on Mondays. And on Tuesdays, The Majestic Touch with Carrie Yarnell, who is the pageant guru. She's got so many secrets and tips and tricks and so many beautiful helpers that are coming in to give you different tools to succeed in the pageant world. And on Thursdays, we have Where Are They Now? So we get to hear about different alumni and where they are now through Mrs. Globe after they've competed. Fridays, we have Transitioning with Grace with Andrea Kirkpatrick, learning to embrace the aging process. Because there is no age on beauty. And I think that's amazing. And so I'm excited to be part of this amazing community where every day we do have the opportunity to become a healthier, more successful version of ourselves. And I'm excited that you were able to join me today, Greta, and I would like you to share your social media so that people can follow you and check out your nutrition program, and they can ask questions as well. Were you able to share your social media? Is that okay with you?
Of course, that's perfect.
Okay, so feel free to say it now, and then everybody can follow you. I follow you, and I love your page. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. It was so amazing to finally speak with someone from the pageant. I miss everyone so much. Even if I didn't have a lot of opportunities to speak with you in China, I like to communicate because we were busy all the time. But now it's the perfect time.
It is, for sure it is. So next week we have Dolores. She was Mrs. Globe 2002 as my special guest. She's amazing and very talented. She's the photographer for the Mrs. Globe. So all of my beautiful pictures and my headshots are all from her talented self. And you can follow me at ALICIA PLOSZ or at Mrs.CURVE. You can also follow me on Mrs. Globe and all the beautiful contestants and delegates this year and years prior. And also you can follow Greta. Greta, what is your Instagram?
Oh, it's Grete.BROKIENNA. So my name, dot, and the surname.
Okay, and can you spell that for me? Just.
Can I write it down like here in the comment?
You for sure can, yes. Yes, please do. Put it in the comments. And if you have any questions for Greta on nutrition or her journey through the Mrs. Globe process, being pregnant, please feel free to comment or ask the questions, and Greta or myself will get back to you. I appreciate your time and your effort, and thank you so much for coming on and taking time away from your family and your holiday. Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Yeah,
All right,
me
thank
too.
you. So I just want to say to everybody that you are beautiful, you are brilliant, you are brave, and you can do anything you put your mind to. And Greta is an example of perseverance. So thank you so much and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.